much tougher is it when you don't know about the quarterback situation, if at all?
I mean, with the style of offense that they play, it's you just get ready for Utah, and everything that they do, they set it up with the run, and their play actions, and they do a great job. So whoever's playing quarterback, we're still going to have to defend them, and but really it's really not about them. It's about us and getting our guys in the right position so we can play fast.
What have you thought about Wilson?
He's done a great job. I mean, you can see it. He'll make some freshman mistakes at times, but he manages the offense well enough for them to win, with the exception of one time this year. So he's got a great future ahead of him, and he's only getting better every week.
What are your thoughts on adjusting in the first half without Elliott and Smith?
Like I said, it's about us. It's doing what we do. Thankfully we have some depth at those positions, so. It's just next man up mentality, and if you really look at those two positions, they do start, but they rotate. You know what I'm saying? So we rotate other guys in for these scenarios and these situations. So it's just really next man up, and we're gonna be fine.
Coach, any frustrations with you guys having played on Saturday and then having this Friday game, and then Utah coming up the bye week?
Yeah, I mean, you get to my age, you don't worry about the things you can't control. You know what I mean? The thing that I can't control is trying to prepare these guys the best I can to be ready to play on Friday night. So, we're gonna be at full speed, and we're gonna be ready to play.
What are the challenges of defending Bernard and their run game as a whole?
Just the different looks and just how efficient they are. They execute at a high level. You can see that their culture is really built around their offensive line and defensive lines, and that's really their identity. And they're gonna win the time of possession. That's what they feel is they're gonna win the time of possession, get their offense into short yardage situations, and make third down, second down, and on schedule, and make third and fourth down, fourth and short, and so they can continue to possess the football, keep their defense off the field, and be able to put points on the board. So they just do a great job. That's their whole culture. That's their whole mentality, and you can see. I mean, the proof is in the success that they've had since Whittingham's been there.
With the defense in general, how do you feel that just the growth from week 1 to week 4 within how they're playing, but even your comfort with play calling as well?
We continue to grow, and that's the thing that really is our challenge this week, and it'll be next week, and it was the previous week, is we got to move forward, and we got to continue to improve. Guys got to learn what to do, how to do it, and why we're doing it, and they got to end up knowing it, and it should become, and it becomes second nature for the guys that play a lot and the guys that get the most reps in practice. And then for the younger guys that are role players, for those guys to be ready at any moment, they can come in and be prepared, not cause any dysfunction, and allow my play call sheet, whatever we've game planned and whatever we practice, to be able for us to execute. Because when we can't execute, then that cuts down a play off my call sheet. And if we don't execute, I got to go to another play, because I got to get to something that I feel like our guys are going to be able to execute in every situation. So it's really about growth. It's really about growing, and it's really about us really upholding the standard and the culture that we want to have on defense.
What have you thought about the coverage execution so far?
Well, I mean, situationally, it's been really good, and obviously you'll see on third down the last 2 weeks it hasn't been very good. And 1st and 10, it's really been, I would say, excellent. You know what I'm saying, in terms of keeping big plays in front of us, and keeping pass routes and play action pass concepts in front of us. We've given up one all year, and it was in the fourth quarter last year, and it was really, we tried to make an adjustment that was on us coaches. So in terms of, when we get our guys a plan, they really do execute it. And on third down, we're just continuing to make an emphasis on, hey, this is our money down. This is when we got to be able to execute, and there's been situations where we haven't, and that's part of our growth. And when you see it turn, you'll see it turn. So we're going to be excellent, and you're going to know, okay, now we're hitting the ground running. Now we're hitting on all the cylinders on defense.
Coach, when you look at last year's game, is there anything you can take away from that loss? And what do you think is the biggest change from then to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that really was a loss that showed us where we were at in terms of our program. I mean, when you get beat like that, it's not just, you don't look at the amount of points that they just hung on defense. You look at everything. I mean, that was all 3 phases. That was, and I'm not speaking for special teams or offense, but when you play like that, I mean, reality is it is a game of emotions, and how can you handle those emotions? And there's things you can learn from yourself scheme wise, and trying to make the right plays and get our guys in the right position and prepare our guys the right way. And I'm always going to be self-reflective, but I think that was a real indicator of where our program was really at after coming off a win against Washington State, going on the road against a really hungry football team. That was a wake-up call for us, and we had a couple of those, and hopefully our guys, those guys that were a part of that, feel a little bit of the sting. But really, it's not about last year's team; it's about this year's team, and it's really about us.
Think you guys are more prepared as a program to kind of face that test this week?
I mean, we think we are right now, and I mean we really do. And Friday will show where we're at.
Coach, with playing Smith and Keyshawn Elliott both out in the first half, how big is it that you guys have that next man up mentality?
That's it. That's all we have. Listen, we have depth at those two positions, and next man up, and we've been preparing those guys for this situation. They're the all fall camp last spring, and up until this moment. So excited to see what these guys are going to do.